explain to us about the museum. You know, they don't really save the culture. They don't really help us out. The museums don't have a lot of stuff because the government takes it away, or the outside government takes it away. So people are hiding this stuff, and they don't really show it in the museums. A lot of the stuff they're afraid to show it out. The stuff that they have.
The thing is that part of the problem with the museums in general is that, well, at least the museums that are run by the government, is that every 4 years we have elections.
Yeah.
And then some certain positions are named by the governor. See, like for example, the director of the institute is named by the governor, and that person or that government may or may not, you know, have culture as a priority. You know, so they'll make certain decisions and determinations that affect us, like what's going on right now.
Yeah.
You see. So, in other words, it can get politicized.
Yeah.
Okay? It can be bureaucratic also. You know, the bureaucracy ties everything down also. You know, when we need gasoline, we have to write a couple of weeks in advance. Hey, look, we need 5 gallons of gasoline for the tractors, and we have to send that to San Juan. From San Juan, it goes to somebody's desk. From that desk, it goes to another desk. From that desk, it goes to the director's desk who authorizes, and then it has to come back the chain of command down here. So by the time we get 5 gallons of gas, you know, the park is overgrown. So what do the employees do? They pitch in. You know, they say, well, okay, we know we're going to get the gas back, so they pitch in and they buy the gas. But that's not efficient, you see.
Yeah,
that's not efficient. Same things happen with the toilet paper. Same things happen with the chemicals that we use to clean around. The same thing happens with the museum. The museum has been closed for about 6 years almost. And this is not right, because this is a very important historical site. This should be open all the time, the museum.
Even when we went to San Juan, 2 of the main museums were closed due to the shutdown.
Yeah.
It was matter of fact, it was that following week that we went. We didn't figure they would be closed. And they go to, no, you see, all the other museums are closed. We're the only ones open because we're private. So we're the only ones open because we're a private museum.
Right. It's a very complicated problem that we probably won't have enough time to discuss about. But the reason everything gets shut down is because those employees that are fired, first they're going through a lot of stress. You know,
Yeah.
they're worried about it. Some of them have mortgages. Some of them have children that they're raising. You know, so it's a very stressful situation after a certain amount of years to just cut you off like that. You know, so for many people it's the first time and they're confused. And okay, the government says that they have a lot of things set up, but you know, maybe that doesn't work for everybody. Take us for example. We're up here in the mountains. You know. We have to go to town. The nearest town would be Utuado, and they don't have that office set up in Utuado. They have it in Arecibo, so we have to go to Arecibo, and it's a big, you know, logistical problem. So on top of that, some employees don't have the time in service to be able to cash in on their vacation days or their sick days. So what they're doing is that since they know they're fired, they're not coming to work. They're reporting sick, you see, because they're not going to get paid those days. So it makes sense, you know, not to come to work. You know, not to come in at all. So the services get affected. So all of this problem, you know, goes back to management. You know, administration and management. You know,
Who really cares about the culture?
Who cares about the culture exactly? In the case of this museum, you know. Which is sad, because these, you will see in a little while, the petroglyphs that we have out there, they are suffering because they've been out in the open for the past 45 years. The rain, the wind, the dust, the people that come and touch, you know, all of that contributes to the erosion. So we're constantly telling the agency, listen, you know, something has to be done. But since they only have 4 years sometimes to get the things done,
it's not enough time.
It's not enough time, right?
You know, new government comes on board, some of you got other agendas.
Right, exactly. Some people have even their own private agendas, you know. Yeah. Maybe they were just named to that position because of a political favor.
And we know that happens.
So one of our questions were if they were thinking like closing it up.
I don't think that's an option because of what I said earlier. This is too important of a site, you know. One thing is to have a collection in a museum, you know, and have people come by, but to come and visit a site that was built 800 years ago by the people, you know, and it's still there, you know, and it's the original evidence, you know, that's something big. Yeah. This site can compare on the same level as a Stonehenge in England over there. It's just at that level.
Okay.
Yeah. The sad thing is that it's not being cared for in the best manner,
Like you should.
like it should, right?
Yes.
I see you have information there.
Oh yeah, she's writing everything down. She said, she read something somewhere. And she said that why is it considered one of the most important,
Sites,
yeah,
archaeological sites.
yeah.
Well, it's considered one of the most important archaeological sites, if not the most important Taino site, because it represents the maximum, it represents the epitome of Taino culture. Okay, this is not just something that was made up, it's not a replica, it's not a recreation, it's an original site that goes back about 800 years, and it was restored by two Puerto Rican archaeologists, Dr. Ricardo Alegría and his colleague Hector Moya Montero, along with a group of workers from 1959 to 1964. They undertook the restoration, and it's open to the public. Everybody can come down and see it. It's an amazing thing, you know.
And you believe in many years to become a vacation and being here, we never honestly knew.
I mean, we lived here 11 years when we came from New York, got married, left, and now, because of our daughter, she knows more. It's embarrassing to say about Puerto Rico than us,
Put together.
you know.
Well, but the important thing is that you arrived today and that we're going to take a look at it.
We're doing a pay by pay, right?